guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I thought I would share with you the chaos of my house. I'm sure you can all relate to the self-isolation. Today I wanted to do a clean and sanitize it with you guys. So we're going to go through the whole house and we're going to do a good old tidy up. This is definitely a realistic clean with me. We have packing boxes everywhere, piles of laundry, and of course a whole bunch of toys on the ground. But I thought I would take you along with me and clean up and disinfect to, you know, avoid some nasty germs in the house. And I'm going to be showing you my DIY disinfectant cleaner. But first we're going to start off in the lounge room and tidy up all the toys. I've really been working hard to try and occupy my toddler. It's definitely been a challenge, but one thing that I've been enjoying doing and he loves is the toy rotations. So we kind of just lie this mat down and do a bunch of different toys and activities, and that seems to really be working, especially if we change it up each day. But now I'm just gonna go through and tidy up the lounge. There are actually a few spots that I need to wipe up, so I'm just using some dishwashing liquid and a rag, and I'm just gonna scrub them up. Our couch is really good like material to hide stains. It's got like different textures throughout it, so it just seems to really like be durable for kids. But if you don't have a multi-textured couch, then just make sure you stay on top of it because it can definitely stain easily. But I'm just gonna go through and tidy up the rest of the lounge room. So Theodore decided to tip out all of the dog biscuits. They were literally everywhere and I didn't want to waste them. Our floors weren't too messy, so I just picked them up and put them in like the dog bowl. The dogs eat off the floor anyway, so I'm sure they're not fazed at all. But as you can see, we actually rolled out a piece of paper and was doing craft on it, but I kind of just left that as is because Theodore was still playing on that when I was tidying up. And I wanted to mention that Theodore is always by my side when I'm cleaning. I just tend to clean around him, and I know it can be difficult because you can clean some areas and then they tend to mess other areas that you've just cleaned. But hey, that's just life, especially life in self-isolation. It's definitely a lot more crazy. So we have gone back to full-time cloth nappies. For a while there we were using some disposables, but now because everything is low in stock at the grocery stores, I was like, well, I already have all the nappy supplies, so I may as well go back to full-time. The reason why we did switch over to disposable is because Theodore preferred that. Obviously with cloth they are a little bit more bulky, and Theo being an active toddler, he preferred the freedom that disposable allows them. But what can you do when things are low? You just have to utilize with what you have, and we are in the middle of toilet training him anyway, so he's in between wearing cloth nappies and like training undies, so it's not too bad. But I am noticing that we are doing about three cloth nappy loads a week, and I'm just gonna go ahead and prep them. So Isaac did actually fold a little bit, but I'm just going to stuff the nappies whilst I have the chance. Theodore is downstairs with Isaac whilst I'm cleaning upstairs, which is really lucky. And guys, I don't know how, but we always have so much laundry. Like, I am doing a load every day and I don't even know how we go through that many clothes, because I'm the type of person who will wear things multiple times until they're absolutely dirty. And if I can get use out of my toddler wearing it multiple times, then I will, especially now that we aren't even leaving the house. Like, if that top's not dirty, then I'm gonna reuse it. Let me know in the comments if you're the same. Do you reuse stuff or do you wash it every time? I think given the circumstance, if we go outside into the public, into like a pretty dirty place, then I'll wash it. But since we're home all the time, we may as well reuse it if it's not smelly. So I'm just going to go through and strip Theodore's bed. His bed needs stripping probably 2 to 3 times a week. Toddlers are grubby, they leak, they get messy, they poop, they get messy. So I do like to change his cot sheets quite often, and I'm just going to pop a spare pillowcase over his pillow whilst his original pillowcase is wood in the wash. So I did want to do a little bit of packing up in Theodore's room, and I'm just going to use this rug to protect his frames. This is a great hack if you don't want to buy like bubble wrap. I choose not to, just because it's not very good for the environment, and you can just wrap things up the way that I am, or you can wrap them up in towels or any other like soft fabric that will protect them. And I'm just going to fill this box up whilst we have the chance. I've decided that I'm going to slowly start packing things away over the next 3 weeks before we move. If you haven't heard, we are moving interstate, and it's a little bit stressful at the moment because we actually have in Australia, they have closed the borders, so we have to get a permit to move interstate, and then we're going to have to go into mandatory quarantine for 2 weeks. But organising the removal-less truck is a little bit stressful because we were going to drive it there and then take it back, but now we have to find a one-way truck, and it's just ending up so expensive. But that's just life, and you just have to roll with the punches. But I really encourage Theodore to help me clean up where I can. He was ready for bed though, so he was getting quite tired. And I'm just going to go through and clean up the bathrooms real quick. I'm just going to do a quick tidy of the basin and the toilets, and I'm not going to really worry about deep cleaning the rooms. This is just a bit of a spruce up. I've made my way downstairs and I'm just going to do a quick vacuum of the lounge room. I am loving the new rug. It definitely does not shed like our other one does. The other one is crazy, but I mean, I still like it, but this one's definitely more better for the downstairs area. It's so much better for the space, but we actually originally bought it for the new place that we're moving into anyway, hence the reason why we got the largest size. But I'm just gonna go through and vacuum the tiles up now, and then I'm gonna go through and sanitize the house. Alright guys, so we're going to be making the DIY spray sanitizer, and I'm going to be using 5 different essential oils, and the essential oils that I'm using is 10 drops of lemon, 10 drops of lavender, 10 drops of On Guard, 10 drops of eucalyptus, and I'm going to use 3/4 of vinegar and 1/4 of water. Now I'm just going to go through and sanitize all the surface areas in the house. So right now I'm going to deep clean the bench, the hand soaps, the dish soap, and all of the touch surface areas. For example, the handles on the kitchen, the water jug, and the stove area. I'm also going to be sanitizing the oven and the fridge, and of course the bar stools, because these are areas that we're constantly touching and pulling out, and even though we haven't really left the house, it's still good to like prevent any germs that are circulating on these areas. Through and I'm sanitizing all the handles in the lounge room, and I'm giving the glass doors a quick wipe down just because these are areas that Theodore touches all the time. I'm now going through and sanitizing all of the doorknobs and all of the light switches and any other taps that we use on a regular basis, like this laundry tap. I'm also going to be thoroughly cleaning our front door handles and the baby gates, because these again are areas that we are constantly touching, and I especially put a lot of effort into making sure that the baby gates were really clean, just because again these are touch based surfaces that we, you know, have contact with 24/7. But I think about you all the time. Looks like you're changing and all. But why didn't you call? Now I've made my way upstairs, and I'm going to be doing the upstairs baby gate and all of the upstairs doorknobs and light switches. And I'm also going to sanitize the areas that I use at nighttime. For example, my lady comb we touch every day.
Do you miss me at all? Do you think about the things we used to do?
I'm also going to sanitize things like the remotes that we use for the TV, my phone and my laptop, because those are things that again we're touching all the time.
Think about you all the time. Looks like you're changing and all. But why didn't you call? Something in the air, always something in the air. Inexplicable, I can feel it in the air. Can you feel
So I just wanted to point out, for any electronics and light switches, that I specifically sprayed the cloth before I touch the electronic. I don't recommend spraying directly on electronic and light switches just because it is electricals, so just keep that in mind. Now I'm making my way into the laundry and I'm going to sanitize the washing machine. This is something we touch every single day, and of course it has like dirty laundry. So I'm just going to wipe the whole thing down, and I'm actually going to do a whole rinse tub clean in the washing machine, and in that I'm going to use 1/2 of a cup of vinegar and run it on an hour tub clean cycle. This is going to sanitize the whole machine and give it a real good clean out, just because it's meant to clean all of our dirty clothes, and I think we need to pay attention to those appliances that do the cleaning, like your dishwasher and your aircon as well. I really hope you enjoyed this clean with me and this sanitize with me, and I hope it gave you motivation to go around and clean your house, and of course keep it germ free and sanitize the areas that your family touch, and just give your family the best chance that they can have in this terrible time. And I hope that you're all staying safe and sane, because I know that it can definitely be really mentally challenging to be in the positions that we are in. But just remember that we're going to come out the other side of this, and we just have to go through and hold on tight as a community and support each other. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.